I'm talking relationships, worth more than money. No time for the fake or the phony. Tweezy jump the gym, it's so evident. Link up with the gang. I'm talking relationships.
You want to create content like mine? You want to get the subtitles, the split screens, the emojis all inside your content? Head over to Opus Clips. Hit the link below. Use my affiliate link.
Boom, we back. We are back with another Relationships Worth More Than Money podcast. I am Tweezy, as y'all all know, who I got to the right of me.
Sean Ski and a place to be.
Yo, we met, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's been that long, right?
Has it been? It might be 3.
It's crazy. I think it's probably been about 2.
Oh, 2025. That means 2023, we met at the event. What was the name of that event?
I know it was like it was housed in Free Space, right? But yeah. it was a different curator, but that's where I remember meeting you.
Yeah, because I know her as Noe, but her artist name is Honey Electric. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So, and then I met all of y'all, Kent Black, everybody there, and Kent Black, he was I was supposed to be the DJ that day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I wasn't tripping though, because he was playing some joints I never heard. So I was like, yo, keep doing your thing, bro. I'm just here.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, and I met you and I heard y'all music, and that was the whole thing. Like, I'm always good at like being in spaces like that, but like just hearing new music, new sounds, I think that's what really catch my ear. Like, and I was like, yo, you fire. What was the other girl name?
Nye was there. Yeah. Nye is crazy.
Nye is crazy. And there was a couple of other artists that I was like, yo, I want to work with y'all, but you know, life be lifing.
It do.
And then, some people, that's how you know, like, when people are really serious or they just scared to get out their comfort zone.
It'd be a lot of both of those things sometimes. Yeah.
Because I just played some beats and you was like, yo, I need that. And to this day, I'm still trying to figure out what beat it was.
I don't even remember. Like, I wish it was like some more footage from that night.
Right, and nobody got the footage.
Nah, not that I ain't get any. I would have sent it to you.
I'm like, yo, what beat was that? Because I'm trying to figure that joint out. But yeah, other than that, man, talk to me about Sean Ski. Like, where you from? Let's take it all the way to the beginning.
I'm from Baltimore. I'm from East Baltimore, to be exact.
East Baltimore. What's the difference?
So it's always been a thing about East and West. I feel like I was too young to really know what the thing was, but when you go outside in Baltimore, they always ask you from over East or you from over West. Yeah. I'm from over East.
Yeah.
So
okay. That's like Detroit. Like, what side you from? East side, West side.
True.
You know what I mean? But it's, other North side, Northwest, Southwest, but it's always East West. That's the first thing. Like, they ask you from Detroit, what side you from?
All the time. They really say like East side niggas is like crazy, like in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like retarded crazy. But, that's not true.
Okay. All right. You know what I mean? East side of Detroit, everybody crazy. I
feel like East side, West side, everybody everywhere is crazy.
I think me personally, from being from the East side but living on the West side, when my dad stayed off Grand River, it's like certain pockets on the West side that's like you don't want to go.
I feel you.
East side is like, yo, wherever you at, you know what I mean? Depending on where, except for like where I'm from East 8 Mile, so
okay.
Like, that was the high quality getup.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
so that's kind of like how like Ricestown is in Baltimore type shit. Okay.
Is it like nice area?
Yeah, it's a little nice. Like when you start getting like Gwen Oak, Maryland, like it's like kind of
green grass. Everybody cut their yard. They take care of their yard.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Everybody got driveways. And
I feel it.
Porch. You know what I mean? Because like you go like 6 Mile. You know what I'm saying? Where my middle school was from, like some people ain't have porches. Like,
ooh.
And grass. Like, they just park their car on the grass.
Oh, man.
Or the dirt.
Yeah.
And then, just go through the side door.
Okay.
So, yeah, we ain't really, it just depends where you at.
I feel it. Just all depends where you from.
Baltimore, East Side, what else?
More about me. I've been doing music for as long as I can remember. As a kid, I like to perform for my family and their friends. When they came over, I would go get my karaoke box and be like, yo, you gotta let me sing for you. You gotta let me do something for you. So I always like to entertain people. I started getting into music, I would say like elementary school. I did the shows, you know what I'm saying? I was into stuff like that. High school, same thing, like I sang at after school programs, and that's kind of how I got introduced to like serious artistry, like actually going to studio recording. In high school, I met this guy named Marcus, and he was an engineer, and he was like, yeah, like I be recording myself all the time. Like, you should come through. Came through, started recording, and I just kind of fell in love with being in the studio. And I kept wanting to do it.
What was is it his own studio? Like kind of like my setup?
Yeah, and it was kind of, it was back in the G. Like we fresh out of high school, so we was in the projects, recording in the kitchen. But it was, it was tech.
Yeah, it was, but it was, the sound was there.
Yeah, the sound was there. He definitely has an ear, for sure.
Well, you still keep in contact with him?
Yeah, still. What's up, Marcus? I still keep in contact with Marcus. He's still singing. He's still engineering, doing his thing.
What do you feel like? You said high school like when you really like took the artistry serious?
Nah, like I feel like I wanted to, but at the time, like my family was real into me getting a trade and me having a real career. Like that wasn't real to them. So I was trying to figure it out. And it just got to a point where it's like, I can't run away from this. Like it's everywhere. So I'm gonna do it. And I decided when I was about like 18, 19, like, all right, I'm really gonna do it for real.
Okay. What was it like in your childhood? What was like the typical day coming up in your household? Like, was it like, cause I tell you, like my grandfather played music and stuff like that. Like, what inspired you as far as music wise?
Well,
or theater or whatever.
I come from a big family. I wasn't like a theater kid or anything like that, but I come from a big family, and music was always like, they always had music playing. Like my aunts and my mom was like that mix of R&B, neo soul, but she liked her rap music too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My dad, same kind of bag. And when I would go with my cousin, my aunts, that's where I got all the gangster rap music from.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with gangster rap, being a kid.
Okay. Side note, rest in peace to Angie Stone. She passed away today.
I just saw that. Is
crazy.
Terrible.
Car accident.
That's terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't take all these legends just like passing away like
just
that.
like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, for you, so you had the melting pot of music.
It was just music everywhere.
And then when you start taking it serious, what made you go? Because I both heard singing and rapping. Like, what made you go both ways, like far as like the sticking with both instead of just sticking with one?
When I started recording with Marcus, like I was just singing. He had me singing. He was writing all the music, producing the songs and stuff. So I was singing, and it felt more comfortable because I kind of always did that. Like I did that more.
Right.
But I like to rap, like when I got by myself.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get good at it because, people always be like, oh, let me write for you. I just be real funny about people writing raps for me. Yeah. So I kind of had to sit with that. And I would say, like during that time, my brother had like discovered this producer on YouTube. Like he was, he's fire. He's still fire. His name is Fresco Stevens. And we started like, listening to his beats and going through his catalog. And I found this one joint. Mind you, this is probably like 12 years ago. 15 years ago.
When it wasn't really
it wasn't really like that. And I wrote and I recorded my first rap song.
Right.
Yeah. So
what was the name of it?
Super Cool.
Super Cool.
And it's actually going to be on my new project.
I was about to ask, where it's at?
I slept on it for a long time because, I didn't know where I wanted to go with that particular sound. So
what do you feel like if you can put yourself as tell my age. Like Voltron. You know Voltron?
Kinda.
So, all right. So Voltron, you had the head, the arms, the body, the legs. Like, what would you put yourself as? Like your if you was to build an artist like yourself, like who would be like the top? Who would be your head?
That's a good question. My head would probably... It'll probably be Pac for sure.
Pac?
It'll probably be Pac.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got a Pac shirt on up under this one. Okay, so Pac is the head.
Mm-hmm.
The arms are pen. Who's your pen?
My pen... I would say it's like a mix between like Bone and Currency.
So Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Bone Thugs and Harmony and Currency. All right. Who the legs?
All right. It's 2 legs. So a whole lot. All right. So the legs would have to be Lauryn Hill.
Fire.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Kendrick. Like Kendrick's been a real big inspiration. I've been following him.
Crazy.
I've been following him forever. You know what I'm saying? And to see where he is now, like I'm so proud of him. But he's always inspired me as a lyricist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the legs, Kendrick and
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. All right, who's the body?
The body? Nas.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Nas is the body.
Yeah, that's nasty. So all of those artists are like your foundation of like what you listen to and what you think is what inspired you.
Yeah.
Like how do you go into every song or every album with having that Voltron, that makeup of who you inspired by?
You know, I try to really approach the instrumentals, you know, off of how I guess I feel. And like, I had this question asked to me in another interview, and they was like, they never heard nobody say like, you know, beats or instrumentals kind of like inspire or influence the words that's going to come from a song. But for me, I just kind of feel like they beats just tell a mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of jazz music and a lot of music without words. So it's like you kind of have to find that feeling inside of it.
Right.
So...
Yeah, and I'm glad that you say that. You know, me being a producer, that's my main, that's my love and stuff. But engineering is my thing too. But I feel like you the first artist that said that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And nothing, no, like it's crazy because I used to always like get into these back and forths with artists, and I'd be like, yo, take the beat away. Go ahead, let me hear you rap. You know what I mean? Because your rap ain't gonna be the same feeling.
It's like the rap. It's like more of a compliment to the beat, and
and we need each other
for real.
Because sometimes I be like, yo, I would have never thought of that.
Exactly.
Because you know, me being a producer, a lot of people don't know I was rapping first. You know what I mean? I was trying to rap.
Okay.
And I couldn't. Me personally, I didn't want to rap. Fake it till I make it type. Like, talk about all the stuff that I don't got.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But I respect people that do it and come up with the words and the stuff. And I'm like, yo, that's dope. You know what I mean? Like, if it's dope, hey, keep doing it. Not knocking them. But for me, I'm like, my boy Cole, I used to go to the studio in Detroit. And he was the first person I ever seen, like, had a studio in his house in the basement. But it was legit, like, he had to put in a passcode just to get in the door in the basement. And I'm like, he had opened it up. He had his own section for like the engineering and production part of it. And then he had the other section of where like, you know, the recording was. Yeah. And like I used to talk to him and it just made me realize like, yo, I want to be on production side. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to do all of this. I just want to produce it and help somebody else. So yeah, you saying that like it's just a compliment to each other because like, when we making beats, I name all my beats, and sometimes I know artists will just go off the name of the beat. Yes. And I'm like, you don't got to go off the name, just go off what you feel. Because I've known people that, you know, artists that can hear something different. Yeah. And I'd be like, damn, I never thought of that. So for you saying that, that's like super, super dope because it's like, yo, people really do sit back and listen to instrumental.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. So that's dope. That's dope. What So that's part of your process. Just sitting. How many songs do you probably go through before you be like, that's that. That's the one.
To be honest, like sometimes it's just like you get a pack. Like I used to get packs probably like 10, 15 beats in it.
Yeah.
And going through it can be crazy, but I always would try to like sit some time aside. Like, all right, I'm about to roll up, smoke. So this would be a perfect time to just kind of go through the beats.
Yeah.
9 times out of 9, it's probably only 2 in the pack that I'm going to pick.
Right. So
9 times out of 9.
20% chance.
20%. And, because a lot of times, like people, like a lot of producers really like to stay like within what's current, which is cool. It's cool, obviously, for what it is. But I'm the kind of artist, like, I really like B-sides. Like when I listen to albums, I like the deep album cut songs.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the production on that, you'd be like, all right, I see why this a B cut. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I want to diversify my catalog versus every song just sounding like the same thing that you hear. And that's like, that's what I be getting from packs. So that's why it's always a 20% chance.
20% chance. Okay. So for the producers out there, if you sending Sean, you send her something, just know 2 of them might. So
2 of them might. That's why Currency's one of my favorite artists.
Do they normally send 10?
Sometimes they might send 1. If you send 1 and it's not good and I don't reply back, it's because I'm not really feeling it.
Right.
And Currency's one of my favorite artists because you can tell when he go through packs, he picked the beats that they can't rap over. Yeah. Like nobody.
I love the fact that he really like he goes through and do a whole album with just that one producer.
I know.
So like he don't have to go through the full process. He's dealing with just one producer. All right, I'm getting all of these beats from him. And
absolutely, because they can kind of put together like a style and a sound, and like I've explored with that, and I see why artists like himself do that. But when you can really lock in with a producer and y'all just there, you know what I'm saying? That's golden because Currency and Alchemist together, honestly, Alchemist and anybody together is insane.
Fire.
What?
Listen, it's like the more he drops, it's like he's going up my top producer list. Because he's always been one of my favorites.
I feel it.
But for me as a producer, it's so many producers that I like, that I love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because just from hearing the music, the instrumentation, I remember I think he might have been the first producer that came out with an instrumental tape. Like back in like the early 2000s. And I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And nobody was doing it. And I'm like, yo, this dude dropping instrumentals. And like, of course, like back then I would try to write to him or whatever. But me, I was too busy on the 36 Mafia wave.
I feel it.
And you know what I mean? And just Cash Money and No Limit. Like, cause that's another question too. Like, but like that shit was just crazy. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? Like we had an era. 2000s was.
It was a time. It was a time. Like, and it's like, come on, a lot of the rappers that's of the generation now, you can really see a lot of the influence. Yeah. Like Outkast for me is a huge influence.
Big
like,
influence.
What?
The whole Dungeon family.
The whole thing.
The whole Dungeon family. Like all of them. And then, like for me, it's like you listen to all of that and then you come back. So now like with my daughters, what I try to do is I would, when they, like for instance, 30 for 30, with Kendrick and SZA, I really would, I go back and play somebody that did that same beat. Cause I'm like, yo, this is not Polo the Don.
Right.
Like, this Polo the Don beat. So then I go back and play that song and let them hear that one, throw some D's on it. And then I go back to the actual original sample.
Exactly.
So they can understand like, hey, music always gets recycled. They just create it in their own way, which I still think is dope. Because 30 for 30 is so simple. It's so simple, but look at it. Like, it's up there. So, yeah. That music, like, we could talk all day about.
I know, right?
music be getting me every time. I just, you know what I'm saying? I be hype about it because it's, like, so much. Like, you know what I mean? And, but, yeah, for you, what you think, like, far as, like, you said you talking about Kendrick, but what you think, how you feel about the hip-hop atmosphere right now?
It feels, like, real interesting right now. Right now, it feels like that a lot of things can like resurface or like a new sound can come about because everybody kind of got open mind.
Right.
I feel like right now is wide open. It's just the feeling that I have. So if you want to be, experimental, now is the time to be experimental, in my opinion.
And it's crazy that beat that you heard that day, I probably made that beat like
For real?
prior to that. and like you said, like you listen to the beats, and sometimes people don't be on that. They're not on that wave with everybody else on. Which like I can make what everybody else can, but I like to go and experiment different sounds. And if it sound dope, I feel like somebody can jump forward to it. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I just seen something. Was it earlier? Like everybody that beef with Drake, like all of their songs is like either 10 times, 9 times, 8 times, 7 times, 6 times, like 5 times platinum. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just seen ASAP, his joint 7 times platinum, the song he got with Drake. And I'm like, yo, why would y'all like why y'all like, I don't understand it. Like, you know what I mean? Because for me, I'm a full Drake fan. I'm a full Kendrick fan. I'm a fan of music.
Right.
So when I heard the battle, I'm like, yes, this the Jay and Nas that we getting. You know what I'm saying? That everybody else before us got.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right, Kendrick 1-0. Shit, Kendrick, Drake 1-1. And then it's like back and forth, right? And then when Kendrick dropped them 2, and I'm just like,
it was honestly, I kind of felt like that when Drake did the AI joint.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be received well.
Yeah, I'm like, why'd you do that?
Yeah, I said the same thing, and I'm like, it could have been hard, but for just the Pac thing, you already like, I love Pac.
So Pac, okay, cool. But Snoop is alive.
That's what I'm saying. You could have got him to do it.
Snoop is alive. Why would you?
But he knew Snoop wasn't doing it.
Snoop wasn't doing that. He went, and that's what I love about the West Coast. The West Coast, they don't normally side with somebody else. And that's why I like the unity that they got with Kendrick.
I feel it.
The West Coast, and I always tell people, Texas and the West Coast, literally California, you can literally go platinum or go big and be a household name, and nobody know you everywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, especially in those 2 states.
Word.
So like for them to like all back him, I'm like, damn, even like the Bay, everybody was with it. But I don't know, man. It's just like, how did it get there? You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. Is like, bro, what happened? Y'all was on tour together. Drake put you on. What happened? You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's like you never know. Industry stuff can get real wild, right?
Man, listen, I done seen the wildest of the wildest.
I believe you.
And people like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like foot like at the door, you know what I mean? And I just seen just like people backdoor you, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, I thought we was in this together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah. It's every man for themselves most of the time.
And it don't make sense.
It don't, because it's like room for everybody, for real.
And I always said that, like, it's enough food for everybody. Like, ain't nobody eating off the same plate. It's enough food for everybody to get their own plate. But, you know, I hope this year they'll drop some more music, because the new Drake joint with Party is dope.
Yeah.
It's fire. And people like, oh, this joint trash. I said, dog, the song is called Sexy Music. It's for you to do something with your lady with, or your significant other. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why y'all tripping over it? Like, this joint fire. But I didn't like you threw the quick little jabs in there on the one song. It's like, bro, like you could have did that for your album.
Yeah, no, facts.
I mean, but it's cool. I'm still a Drake fan. Still a Kendrick. Always gonna be a Kendrick fan. I mean, both of them. You can't beat them.
Yeah, nah. Well, like, I mean, you don't have to like agree with how Drake approached this beef, but you know, he's still Drake. He's still Drake. Man. It's still gonna be songs that come on, and you gonna be singing and rapping it right with him, because it's like that.
Facts. What you spoke about Lauryn Hill. Is there any other female artists? You know what I mean?
Of course. Erykah Badu. I love Badu. I love Jill Scott. I really love neo soul. It's just like so many women in the neo soul category that I could, that I can get into. And I've really been getting into like international artists too. Like I love Any. Any. She's from London. She's a rapper. She's dope. I love Full Stop.
She got that hard London accent.
It's really hard. You know what I'm saying? And I believe like maybe she might be Nigerian too, like, but dope. So like, check her out. I like Full Stop. And I kind of really just been into a whole lot of different music lately. Like lately, it's just I can't even name to you because if I hear something I like, I'm just straight adding it to the playlist.
Yeah, that's how I was at the Free Space joint because Kent was playing. Man, what's that girl? It was a girl rapper. She from Baltimore area. She got like colorful dreads.
See,
man, what's her name? It was like that joint was hard, but Naya knew it. And Kent was just, he was jamming out to it. I'm like, yo, I gotta add this. Who is this? But she's dope. So that's how I like me. I like to interact and see what's out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't be outside like that. I'm about to be 40 this year. Like
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't be outside to the point where I'm in the clubs, but I definitely go out to just listen to some dope music. Some, you know what I mean?
No, facts.
You know what I mean?
And I like some good music now.
If I go to my thing used to be the open mics.
Yeah.
The open mics, you're gonna find some fire in there. You know what I mean?
Most of the time. And I feel like, the open mic scene has become, I don't know. I don't feel like it's the same like it used to be.
It's like pay for play now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely that. But like when you really get into like the underground stuff, like I went to an underground party last night at the Biddle. Yeah. Shout out to Kay, shout out to Reem.
But that's at it.
So it's in Baltimore. It's 1 West Biddle Street.
Yeah.
And they just had DJs in there like going off. Man,
I gotta come up.
Man, it was cool. You definitely gotta come through. It was fire.
Definitely gotta come up. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's just like I love to hear new music and then work with the artist coming up.
Yeah,
because sometimes you might work with an artist and they feel like they met their match or they hire. They just go off and then you just out.
Okay,
you know what I mean? You just like out the window or whatever, but. Working with like an artist from scratch to me is like the best. If I'm gonna work with an artist, I'm gonna work with them.
I agree. Like a lot of artists, like we need the direction sometimes. I feel like we think we might have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Once you take the songs outside,
that's gonna tell you
everything. That's the real test. Yeah. That's the real test.
Because you can be. That's what I be trying to tell people. You can be in a studio or whatever with all your people and they turning up. But if ain't nobody be like. I don't know about
That's what I'm saying. And then go outside and go into places and spaces where people do not know you at all.
Yeah. And that's for me, that's like our validation too for producers. So like, me playing those beats and everybody like, yeah.
Yo, that night was crazy.
That shit was
I didn't hear a beat that I didn't like.
My brother Lou. So Lou, I didn't know Lou was coming either. Like me and bro been together for the longest, like we part of Sound Cartel, like a production company from my boy Shotta. I don't know if you know Mark Shotta. He's from B-More too, from Baltimore. And like his production is crazy. So like he, him, South, it's a bunch of us, producers or whatever. And I ain't think Lou was gonna be. I ain't know Lou was gonna be there. I just be like, damn, what you doing here? Like, oh, what's the name invited me? Oh, makes sense.
Yeah,
because that's how we met. Me, him. Noe and her dad were all in a beat competition like years before that.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like years, like I think 2018.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've been in communication and contact ever since. And ever since, man, like her and her dad, like I'm like, yo, that's dope. Like granted, if my daughters want to make beats, that'd be dope.
That is so tough.
It's just so crazy. Tough. Like they were in it together, like, you know what I mean, going against other people. And I'm like, this shit crazy.
No, I feel the
being
same
in there in that event, in that environment, and then the food was busting.
It was.
You know what I mean?
It was.
Everything, the vegetables was good, was very good.
It was tasty.
Yeah. So just seeing it, he's fire. You know what I mean? And it's good. Like, that's one thing about me. I never hate, like, you need help with something or you need like assistance on like how to do certain things. Cause I'm the same way. Like, how you do that? I don't know how to play no piano, but people be thinking it. You know what I'm saying? I just have an ear. Like I can cut things up, chop things up. I can, you know what I mean, play a chord here and there.
See, that's needed. You know, it's needed.
It's like, but when I hear new people, I be like, yo, that's fire. Let's work. You know what I mean? Let's link and let's do something. And some people, like you said, it be both. They be scared or they just be in their own way or you know what I'm saying? Or they don't want to get
it
out
be
their
so much of
environment.
that. It be so much of that. And it's like I've definitely tried to seize as many like opportunities or
Yeah.
chances to network and connect with people as much as I can, because us as artists don't realize it's hard out here.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
really difficult. And if you don't know, you like develop some soft skills.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep.
Start talking to people, because you need producers, you need studios, you need engineers, you need photographers, you need videographers, you need all of those things, right?
Everybody work together.
Exactly.
But that be the thing too. It's like for us, it's like certain areas people want to gatekeep. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Really for no reason.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
Just want to gatekeep because you go to Atlanta, they all like, hey, yeah, here, let's do this, let's do that.
I've heard
Cali,
that so much.
Cali the same way.
Mhm.
Even though all of the the gang bang, you just gotta know where you at.
True.
You know what I mean? But other than that, they still working.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in Texas too, in Dallas and Dallas for sure.
Mhm.
I've been in the scene and I'm just like, yo, like I know a few people and I'm like, yo, this dope.
Yeah, I gotta
But
get
it's-
down there.
yeah.
I know somebody that's from Dallas and he's doing this thing down there. Shout out
Yeah.
91, because
Yeah, you just get down there.
seeing people's like growth over the past 5 years is crazy.
It's super crazy.
It's crazy.
And you be like, damn, like I remember we was just doing this. Or I
Mhm.
remember and that's the dope part about it too, is like you really see people grow and they're still human beings.
Mhm.
They're not better than you. They're not acting like they're better than you.
Exactly.
Actually, some people be trying to bring you with them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? If you pay attention. But some people, it's that two-side thing. Like
Yeah.
somebody might be scared and somebody just might be in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, for instance, the DMV, hella gatekeep.
It's definitely a lot. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Y'all don't call yourself the DMV. Some people don't.
No, Baltimore don't. We Baltimore.
Yeah, y'all Baltimore.
We Baltimore.
You know what I mean? But we down here, and it's like the gatekeeping is crazy.
I've honestly witnessed so much of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it's discouraging.
Yeah.
Because you want to collaborate as an artist. A lot of times you really need collaboration. And some people look at it like, oh, you're not about to jump on my wave, or I ain't looking for no new friends. And it's like, I feel you, but I'm just trying to grow out here. I'm trying to get from this point to that point. And sometimes people don't even know if you're coming to them like, I don't mind paying for whatever services that I'm asking you for, but you don't even want no money. Like, what's going on?
And that's the crazy part. Like, it's like, it can be a business transaction, or it can still be a friendship transaction. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be both, or it can be just one.
Mm-hmm.
But let's connect and let's build. And I think that's the issue that I see day in and day out. A lot of people follow, and then after they followed the person for so long, they follow somebody else, and then now they're getting a different direction from them.
Yeah,
and then it's like, well, this person was telling me that. Now you telling me this, but I'm still in the same place.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Instead of just building and building, and I always tell people, man, this joint is a grind. Like I started making beats in 2004. You know what I'm saying? And I started taking it serious in 2009.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta grind.
You definitely do.
And you never know. And like what my pastor, he said something a couple weeks ago. He said, don't be discouraged when you see your friends getting on. He said, what that means is you right around the corner. Your blessing might be right around the corner. But if you get discouraged and want to start hating on your friends and people that you know that's making it in life, you about to push yourself back.
Absolutely.
Further down the block to be right around the corner waiting to drop you off yours. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
a real unfortunate thing. It happens so much.
Yeah.
It happens so much.
And I don't be understanding it, but it's like I see it so much. And like now it's like me, I'm in a position where I just sit back. I don't do too much talking. But if you want to work, like, come on, man, let's work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm always about building rapport. I'm always about listening to the artist. But once I see, like, Once I see like a little caution sign, little caution tape pop up.
I'm getting better with that now.
You know what I mean?
Like I definitely had to grow in my journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because discernment is for real. And you really need that in this world, okay?
Yep.
And it's like people always show you. The signs are always there.
It's there.
You just gotta pay attention.
Yep. And if you don't, you're just gonna keep stumbling. Keep stumbling and keep stumbling.
Mm-hmm.
And you tripping over yourself, not even paying attention to what's right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that be the problem a lot of times. But yeah, other than the gatekeeping, I love the scene. Like I love the music scene. It's like, but you got bus boys and poets here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too many other spots. I forgot my man that he do like open mics. I think it's like open gym.
Okay, yeah. Shout out Open Gym. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Open Gym.
Yeah. I did an
dope.
Open Gym show back in October.
Yeah. And he's an artist too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I respect him for, you know what I mean, trying to open up the door for other artists such as himself too.
Absolutely. I've definitely seen him, before talk about, share his grievances as well, just about the scene. And a lot of times it's like you said, it's just the people getting in their own way.
Right.
Or them being afraid. Them not really understanding or seeing the opportunity of it all.
Yep.
And a lot of times, I know like this is artist to artist, right? Speaking to other artists. You can't expect for people to do everything for you for free.
Yep.
And you can't expect for people to fully like flush your vision out. Like you have to, you're the master of your ceremony.
Right, of your vision.
If you need help with it, you have to tell people how they can assist you. They can't figure it out for you. And that'd be a thing. That'd be a thing that, sometimes artists go through. And, I myself was also in a space where it's like that figuring out. Like sometimes you gotta sit with yourself and be still.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it or what you want from it.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. Artists need to. The most important thing in life to me is not only listening, but it's communicating. And artists don't communicate. Producers don't communicate. Engineers don't communicate. It's the whole family. It's the whole bubble. So I can't blame one, not the other. Because it's all. You know what I mean? Photographers don't communicate.
Yeah.
Videographers don't communicate. They automatically assume like, oh, man, I'm going to just shoot for you. I'm going to shoot for you. And like, yeah, like everything is going to cost.
Everything.
Like this costs.
Exactly.
Like everything costs.
That part is like once you start to like really make the investments, like the investment, the first investment is time. Okay, I'm really going to do this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then when you start investing your money because you got a plan for something, everybody not charging you because they just want to take your money. Like you said, these things, it costs.
Yeah.
It costs. So we all kind of have to keep it, we got to keep it afloat.
Yeah, you got to keep the cycle going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's because it's all it is you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And then vice versa. And then it's like, all right, this is your price, cool. I respect that. Let me see if I can afford that. If I can't, let me find somebody that can do something like you. And you know what I mean? And that's why I don't never get mad when artists be like, hey man, can you send me my files? I'm at the studio. Yeah. They your files. I tell people that all the time. Like when you either record with me, I engineer something, I'm sending you all your files. Why? It's because you never know. Like you might hit me up and be like, hey, Tweez, I need this, I need that. I'm like, it's already in your dang on Google Drive. Like, I got it. But like, if it ain't in there, let me know.
Okay.
So I try to do that because life be life, and then sometimes I might be somewhere and you can't get to me.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
That's true.
So it's like, I always ask people, hey, what all do you want? And I'll send it. Like, you know what I mean? I learned from, working at the studio and being around different engineers, like, hey, send them a performance track.
Yeah, definitely. We be needing that for
send
sure.
Them a DJ track. You know what I mean? Send a couple bars, 4 or 8 bars more for the DJ if they doing a show. Send them a show, you know what I'm saying? Send them like 3 to 4 different ones. Send them the instrumental, you know what I mean? So they can just figure out how they gonna do things and boom. Because that's normally what the EPKs are, the press kits.
Absolutely.
It's all of that. So if you do that ahead of time,
Mhm.
engineers.
It would.
You know what I mean?
It would help so much,
It would
wouldn't
help
it?
so much. Oh, and label your stuff.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness, I
'Cause-
can't stress it enough.
Listen,
I can't stress it enough. Like, I've gotten things from engineers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
80 audio files, none of them named. Like,
That's the worst.
that is insane. Like,
I'ma
why is
send
it
it back.
this many files?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it back because that's why like when I hit you,
What?
I was like, hold on, you got the beat labeled. Everything is labeled.
That's crazy,
right?
That's
and then
crazy.
it's like audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I've been
6,
getting
7.
on him about that because my biggest thing is like when you set your session up,
Right.
like I'm gonna set my session up,
That's the
and
most
I'm going
important.
to name all, especially because the vocal tracks people just seem to freak. They just fall
Right.
into the abyss.
They just have vocals.
All right,
Yeah, because that's what I said. Audio 1, audio
right,
2,
or
audio 3.
like people just want to put a name, and I'm like, is this the ad lib?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like when you ask me that, I know the difference, but like some people label in and out to ad libs differently. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I know what in and out more than likely is for the verse.
Yeah.
And the ad lib could be for certain parts of the song, but it's probably gonna be for the hook.
And I'm like, in and outs.
You
I'm
know?
like, that's the
Yeah.
only thing he had labeled. I'm like, audio 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In and outs. I'm like, okay, is that the ad libs?
That's
All right, let me
crazy
listen to
work.
this. And then I'm like, what's the BPM? What's the key? I swear, when I make all my beats,
As you should. Like because I've worked with
Yeah.
engineers also. That's great with that. They send all of that stuff.
yeah, you
in
got
it,
to.
you know, in advance.
It keeps, for one, it keeps the ease of the transaction, and it helps them when they go to somebody else,
Absolutely.
and that engineer might not know
Mm-hmm.
how to, you know what I mean? Because what I did was I threw the beat that I had already mixed
Yeah.
into a program, and it told me the key
Wow. That's
and the BPM.
I like that.
But I just wanted to make sure that it matched with
Right.
what you told me. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bet we good.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
some engineers might not know that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's
And
definitely
like,
true.
Man, just label your stuff, because if you prep your session previously,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have a great session.
Absolutely.
Even if you have a bad session, guess
Right.
what? All their stuff is right there.
Exactly.
Where she messed up at, where he messed up at,
Mhm.
whoever it is, boom, it's right there. And I was just like, you know what? All right, cool. The fact that you was even communicate with me, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. Cause I'm serious, man. I had people and I hit them up and they be like, let me get back to you. And then I don't hear from them.
Because they could be, having to hit the engineer up. So like,
And
I went to school for engineering. So, I'm tech, and I
Yeah.
understand the language, but I'm also an artist that's outside. So it's kind of like me. I had to pick my battles in that.
Yeah.
I've been blessed to have people engineer things for me,
Yeah.
or just working with other audio engineers and getting knowledge from them. But man, having to go and ask somebody, that's why, and it was to a point where I was just
Yeah.
recording myself. And if
Yeah.
I needed this, I'll send it off. If I send you stems, I
Yeah.
promise they're gonna be labeled.
They're gonna be labeled. Hey, but shout out to who's the engineer. You don't
Barry Lutalo is the engineer.
Barry?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw the beat and I was like, did Barry make this?
He did.
Barry fire, man. Barry was one of those guys.
Yeah,
at the,
he got
at the
it.
free space. Barry fire. Yo,
But
what's
I'm
up?
gonna tell him about you.
Yeah.
Label them audio files, boy.
Yeah, audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, in and outs. I'm like, yo.
That's funny.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, who did this? Cause I seen the beat and it had him. And like, again, everybody's process is different. Like even with the production, the way he did, he had the kick drum and the snare together. I never seen that.
Word.
Yeah, so I was like, why did he do that? But I'm like, I can't really make the snare cut through like I wanted to, and then turn up the kick drum like I wanted to.
I definitely get
so
it.
I was just like, all right, let me find out ways I can still make it sound good. And I did, and I was just like, okay, cool.
Listen, it definitely hit. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting so excited about this project. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be on the project?
This is gonna be on the project. It's gonna be on the
okay.
project. And what I love about it is this is the first project of mine that I dropped where I have multiple producers and engineers. You know what I'm saying? So I like it though. I do. I really like it.
See, if you got a good form of communication with your people,
yeah,
it's all gonna come together perfectly.
Facts.
But when you got people, you like, yo, I need this verse. Yo, I need this. I need that. Yo, I need this. And it's like they're not getting back.
Exactly.
It's like the tension start forming.
Exactly.
And when it don't need to be. If you can't do it, just like, yo, I can't do it.
Just let me know that.
Yeah.
For a while, I didn't like collaboration, because of the communication part.
Right.
And it's like, all right, if I'm going to show up to something, I want to show up to something at least to the best of my ability. And if I can't, I'm going to let you know that I can't.
You know what it is, too? It's the intimidation.
I hate that.
Like, why are you intimidated?
Like, I hate that. Don't ask me for no verse. Because you know how many verses I sent to people and I ain't ever heard no song. And I'm not knocking it because it could be life. It could just be life. Yeah. But still, like, no communication about
At
nothing.
least saying, hey, yo, I'm putting this on this album. It ain't coming out to this.
Right.
It ain't coming out to that. Because that happens
it do.
In the actual industry. Like, yo, like, bro.
Like, where this thing at? But sometimes life just be life. And, like, a lot of the songs on this project I made from a span of 2021 to now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mix of all of the
4
years. Yeah. It's a span of that.
Yeah.
And I had to keep in touch with all my people. They just like, yo, what's up?
Yeah. What's
like
up with
it's
it?
Coming. But everybody, shout out to everybody that's gonna be on the project because they communicated well. Right. I got all of their stuff. We copywritten now, shorty.
Yeah, gotta be, man. Gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's dope. I think when you work in that environment, I think that's what keeps the creative flow going. Because sometimes you might get in a rut.
Yeah, like real bad.
You know what I mean? Like I had beat block for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And all it took was for one of my bros, Swim or S, like Esquire just released something. My boy Swim just released something. Or just hearing one of their artists or somebody that they working with drop. And because hip hop lately ain't outside of Kendrick and
Right,
and
it
Drake,
ain't really been hip hopping. Like I feel it.
I was saying that a previous episode, I was like, yo, Freddie Gibbs' album dope. Of course, Tyler joint was
of
crazy.
Course, yes.
You know what I mean? But outside of that, it wasn't a lot of I wake up to this day still. I think I'm gonna do that forever while I'm living. Is every Friday is check who dropped. You know what I'm saying? At midnight. And I do that and I be like, it ain't.
It's not.
You know what I mean? So just seeing that, like, you know what I mean? Some people might get in that rut. But once you get out of it, it's like, I'm just creating. Like me, I'm working on an instrumental album. Me and Swim supposed to be doing like a joint. It's like an old school instrumental. Like I had a T-top Cutlass back in the early 2000s.
I like that.
Yeah. And young 18-year-old on 20s, you know what I'm saying, in Cali. And he loved the El Camino.
Okay.
So, it's like...
That's a nice one, too.
Yeah, so it's like, we trying to figure out the perfect name for it. Because we already, like, I can drop it right now if we want, because we all got enough beats. I'm just like, create some. And I'm working with gospel artists, too.
I love that.
And it's crazy because it's like they want the same type of beats.
For real?
Yeah. They don't want me to go... Like, I sent them some, like, churchy, like, vibe type beats with, like hip-hop, but no, they still want the trap music and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. And they want the chops in there and all of that. So I think that, to me, it helps your creative flow when you hear, like, your homies out here doing music. Because when I heard this, I'm like, oh, my God. And that was the first thing. I'm like, yo, when you going to drop this? Like, when does this drop? Because this joint crazy. If this is what's going to be on the album, I can't wait to see.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
You got the name of the album?
Yeah. So it's called Miss Don't Play. So it's like a spinoff of...
Mr. Don't Play?
Yes.
Off of Project Pat?
I listened to a lot of Pat when I was a kid. Like, literally legit, okay?
Remember I told you 3 6 Mafia?
Yeah, I feel it. Like, me and you here with it. I was listening to 3 6, Lord Infamous, Project Pat.
All of them.
All of it. Lil Chat.
Lil Chat, Gangsta Boo. Like, all of them. And it was like... And that's the thing, too. It's like... our music is kind of the same. Our club music. So ours is more raunchy, but it's the same type of beat style. So like when I went to, I think I was stationed here in 2009. I went to Baltimore and I forgot the club, but it was like in like a warehouse district.
Okay.
and they was playing the beat, and I'm like, yo, this sound like back home.
You probably talking about like the docks. That sound like probably where the docks used to
it
be
was
at.
like in a warehouse district, close to downtown.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this sound like back home, and I'm like, oh yeah, because it do like ours it's just raunchy though. Like it's words in ours that just you like, oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, when you come now and hear what they doing now with the clubs, like what I do like what I love about Baltimore is, you know, our club sounds and our house sounds.
Yeah.
And I love how like every generation has kind of been like recreating, like, you know, putting their own thing onto it.
Yep.
But what I also love about the underground in Baltimore is it's so diverse. You know what I'm saying? It's so much bigger than just the club.
Right. And house.
And the house.
Yeah.
Like you'll be very impressed, I feel like, with the lyricists and the singers. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many artists.
Thing, like, I gotta come up. My cousin live up there too. He be like to himself so much. Like I don't even bother him. But yeah, I gotta come up there because the scene is musically fire. And that's like, what is it gonna take for somebody to get the ear to like the big labels up to Baltimore? We got a few artists out this way.
It's a few, but you know, somebody had asked me something the other day, and they were like, you know, what is it about Baltimore like that had like we haven't really kind of like pop? You know what I'm saying? And it's like so many dope people that came from our city, but just as a whole, and I'm like, I just kind of feel like that a lot more of the music that's in the forefront is not Baltimore as a whole, because it's like we known for our club.
Right.
And as much as I love it, it's still, I feel like a certain type of music that's pushed. And it's just so much more than just that style of music.
But that's the question that I ask is, what is it going to take for somebody to grasp the Baltimore sound and broadcast it to the world? Because that's my thing. Like music travels.
It do.
And it's just crazy to me now that like people really rocking with Detroit style beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been listening to this all my life, and y'all
it take people time to catch up
y'all
sometimes.
Ain't rock with us for real. But once we got somebody in the door, it's like Helliver. Shout out to Helliver. That's one of my favorite producers. He literally opened the door for everybody because like I'm talking about he doing songs with Meg, he doing songs with everybody.
Dope. That's
you know
so
what I'm
dope.
saying? And it's like, once he did that, everybody started grasping. You know what I mean? T Grizzly popped out. You know what I'm saying? That everybody just took a hold of the Detroit sound, which I love it. I'm not hating on nobody that use it because I love it because it's expressing your version of what you hear from us.
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean? And the thing too is like Detroit and the Bay it's like we're cousins. Like Oakland, the Bay Area, their artist sounds like that too.
Nah, facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So it's like, when you hear it, it's like, okay, it's cool. This is fire. And I don't know who started it. I'm not going to say. But all I know is Detroit sound, the Bay sound are very similar.
Yeah, nah, it is.
Everybody's using it now. I even heard like, even in LA, artists using it, which is fire.
Yeah.
But for Baltimore too, it's like, same thing in DC. Like, it's like, what is it going to take for people to actually grasp that sound? Because go-go music, to me, like I always tell people, I hated go-go music at first.
Really? I always liked it.
But I'm going to tell you why. It was like my ear.
Right.
The sound, like it wasn't engineered right.
Yo, that's a real thing though.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a real thing.
Like when you out, because I used to bounce. So when I used to bounce at Layla, like, I'm like, man, my head is hurting. I'm walking around, I'm in the place. And I'm like, this is not engineered right. Or this might not be the right venue for y'all to be doing that.
Sometimes that's the case too, because it definitely be crouchy in the DMV.
Yeah, because when I went to Throw Social and CCB was performing, I'm like, oh, this shit sounds so good.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm with it now. So that was the only reason why I didn't like it. I just felt like it was just banging, and it wasn't no like sound, no sonic sound. But once I heard the engineering being engineered on their music, I'm like, okay.
I just feel like too, and maybe for Baltimore, like sometimes I listen to like certain artists from my city, and it'd be like, okay, like the lyricism, I like that. I like even probably the style of beat and stuff that you chose, but if like the mix, and it's even like past mixes from my own, like my projects.
Yeah. Cringe.
And it's like, you know, for the reasons of me, myself, you know, have gone to Full Sail. It was a time where I wasn't as confident in my engineering skills.
Yeah.
And then when I started working with other engineers and like, you know, all different kinds, like people are super professional, people are like, you know, just kind of getting started.
Right.
It's like once you really learn how to convey to them what they want, but it's like, okay, can you execute? Because I thought it was just like a language barrier sometimes.
Right.
That's not always the case.
Did you go down to Orlando or you did it online?
I did it online.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it online.
Shout out to Full Sail, man. Hey, listen, I wanted to go to Full Sail straight out of high school. I want to go to Orlando.
For real?
Like, I never been to Disney World. I'm like, Orlando,
True.
Disney World.
True.
I can go. But then I joined the Marines or whatever. But to this day, I still want to do it online. My boy Crazy Fingers, he from Baltimore. Shout out to Crazy. He's in Full Sail now.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up? Well, you'll be alum soon.
Yeah. So like he like, bro, do it. He like, just do it, man.
You gotta just do it.
Just do it.
That's what I did. I was like, man, I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, because Full Sail also gets you in those doors.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like you connected to that network for life once you're alum.
Once you're an alum, you in them doors. And I think to me, like you said, it be that sound.
It be the sound. Like, and I feel like that's why, in my opinion, I partially, I guess I'm partial. I feel like that's probably why like it hasn't like just bust out of Baltimore yet. Because all right, everything else might be there, but the sound. And it's like sonically, you know what I'm saying? People have to be able to like resonate, like actually want to play it on the radio.
Right.
Actually want to do the things to keep it going, because it's like if the mix not there, like a lot of times people are not going to get past the first 20, 30 seconds.
That's a fact. Because if the music is good, like if the you got the artwork, you got the look, you got everything, but if that sound is not right, it's like next. You know what I mean? Like,
and I took some time away after, you know, dropping my second project. And I was happy with the way that everything turned out. But I still feel like it was, you know, I was missing something as an artist. I still felt like I was missing something as an artist. And I wanted to really take my time because I didn't know how to do that. Like when I was dropping, when I first started dropping, I was like, no, I just want to keep dropping. And I want to be consistent. But when you start to like look at the stuff that's important, okay, like is the sonic quality there with the projects too? Is this the reason why it's not really hitting like I would like for it to hit? And then too, you know, learning marketing. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to go out and really sell
that's
the project.
my round. That's
you
what I
feel
went to school for. I went to school for marketing. Yeah, marketing is, I tell people all the time, that is like the backbone of any business. It don't matter what business. You got to have a marketing officer, somebody in your realm that understands promotion, placement, product placement. You know what I mean? Digital media, social media.
Nah, for real.
You know what I mean? Because those things, if you don't have that, it can set you back. Because I know we live in a world of visual now. Yeah. You got to think. Back then, our visual was going to go get the CD or the tape and then reading the booklets. Now it's all digital.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to go on like YouTube or whatever. What is the Vimeo to watch the video or whatever? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's still visual, TikTok, whatever. So you have to like market yourself in a whole nother realm, which is dope. I just hope they make sure they start taking care of the artists.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For
like,
real.
It's, like you said, it's very discouraging sometimes when you be like, damn, I'm doing all this and ain't nobody
streaming it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hitting. I be sending it. I ain't heard it on any college radio yet.
So you know what I do now? I look at all of the statistics. Even like with my podcast, like my podcast is doing so great. And I didn't think that it would. Like I got people listening all across the country, right?
That's so dope.
And what I've noticed is that people want to see and listen to me. And I'm like, why me? Like, what? And then I think about it. I start doing the analysis of everything. So I look at the same thing with music. I can point out all of the issues why this, and this, but it's like, what are you doing at that? So that's the question I feel like every artist, every engineer, every producer should ask themselves. What are you doing to stop that from being one of your reasons on why this ain't going, why my streams ain't going? Are you promoting it? You know what I mean?
And a lot of times
Are
the
you doing
answer to
this?
that be no.
Be no.
It be whole
Yeah.
no.
So
and for
even-
whatever reason, like life start happening and you just kind of forget that that's your job. Like that's
Yeah.
on you. You did all this investing
Yep.
and you posted 1 time, 2 times, maybe even 3. And you think that that's it. And it's like, it's not though. It's not though. This is my experience that
Yeah.
I'm sharing. It's not.
It's a lot. So that's why with me, like I just try to post a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like quick stuff. I might not post. Like even on my label page, 10-0, like
Mm-hmm.
I post one thing on there, but in the story, I'm gonna go into posting stories
Yeah.
more. But it's more of like visually getting me. And that's why I started the podcast, because people ain't understand. Bro, you quit music? I'm like, no, this is another avenue to get me in the door with
Absolutely.
music.
And because you need media too.
Because they're going to be like, damn, you do podcasts? What else you do? Oh, I'm a producer. Oh, I'm an engineer. Oh, for real? Oh, yeah, I do this. I do that. Damn, I ain't know. Now you know.
Yeah.
So it's just using your avenues, opening up the doors for yourself. If you can't get in this way, you got an avenue another way. But yeah, they have to find the no's on why they didn't do these things and start closing those doors and making it happen.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
Because
that.
once you do that, like even when I be riding, listening to instrumentals, I ain't do that. You know what I mean? Damn. All right, I'm about to go home and do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. And it be like me, I be doing it all the time, but I literally just started this year doing, I did a 21-day fast of social media.
How was that?
Man, it was great. It was great. I ain't even gonna lie, like it helped me realize like I can be doing way more productive things when I wake up. But the first thing you do, you roll over.
And you get on your phone. That's a fact.
Now, granted, you do got to check messages and stuff like that, doing the music,
but
whatever
the
you
doom
doing.
scrolling, that's what be getting you.
It be,
Listen.
and then next thing you know, it's midnight.
Exactly.
Or it's noon, and you like, damn, it was just 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
So that helped a lot. Like I don't do it as much. Like I'm on the phone, I'm off the phone, but I'm also figuring out, hey, what else can I do? Like even me, like I edit. I do the video editing, the audio editing. I throw it right in the Pro Tools after this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it all. Like, so that's what keeps me going. And then I always go back. Just like how you said with the songs, I go back. My pet words is like, so I said, how can I fix this? You know what I mean? And that's what makes me like more intrigued to like do the next episode, do this episode, do that episode, so I can fix everything. And it's okay to say like, it's okay to say but I don't like it to where it's at a point where it's like everything.
Yeah, it can get real redundant.
Yeah.
Yo.
I just be sitting there like, dang, why did I say that?
I definitely had to do the same thing, just like with myself. I do say like a lot. I know I do. But, you know, watching myself like interact with the crowd as an artist and like seeing, okay, how can I get better at engaging the people? And I just try to approach it like a conversation. Like I'm just... And
that's the best way. Because when you can actually talk to your people and they feel what you're saying, they gonna like, okay, yeah. Yep, I'm listening. Because sometimes I just sit and I want to hear what the artist got to say. And once they say something, I'm in the back of my head like, what's next? What you gonna do next?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of have to reel it in. And you know, like having friends to be there along the way. I've had a lot of friends always encourage me to like show my personality more. Because especially rappers, we want to rap you to death. Just rap, more rap. And it'd be like, when do you show who you are as a person?
And that's the social media part.
Right.
You don't even got to rap on your social media. Just be a regular person.
That's
do
what I'm
funny
saying.
Stuff. Like, and then be like, oh yeah, forgot I rap. You know what I mean? Check this song out. You know what I mean? But that drives people to your page when they see that you're actually a human being. Because when you just, yo son,
just all rap all the time. It's kind of boring, in my opinion, because it'd be like, okay, you can rap.
Yeah, what else? What else can you do? Can you cook? You know what I'm saying? Can you fix a computer? Like, you know, something that can show, hey, I'm not just a robot with it. You know what I mean? Because I like when people just themselves. Just be, if they silly or whatever, just be yourself. Like I seen an artist the other day. She's from DC. Like she went on live and just started crying, and I'm like, dang, she's showing emotion.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I'm like, girl, why you doing this? But also in my head, it's like, yeah, let it out. Let people know that you're a human.
It's like that duality of like, all right, this could be bad, or you know what I'm saying? It could be a way for people to connect with me on a human level.
Right.
So because I've done that before too,
Mm-hmm.
and it was at a point where I didn't know if I wanted to keep rapping to the capacity that I do. And like I would take stuff outside that I'm working on. And I was just like, whatever. I got asked to do a show, whatever. You know, so I get paid to do this little show, whatever. I'll do it. And when I would perform the music, you know, people would ask me for it. And I got so emotional because I just had a lot of personal stuff going on that kind of was like, you know, was getting in the way, you know, a lot of personal stuff. So it's like, I want to give, you know, y'all the music, but I don't want to give you anything either. And because that's something that I'm battling with myself as an artist. Like feeling like I'm not showing up as my best self. Like listening to projects and not being satisfied with the mixes or the way that I marketed it and all of the stuff. It's like, no, it just wasn't enough for me to give to y'all. So I got real emotional, cried about it. And what that made me see was that people actually like me as a person, that actually care about the things that I have to say outside of I'm about to get ready to drive. Or I have this product that I'm selling to you and all of the stuff. It's like, it's nice for people that say, yo, you good?
Yep.
Are you okay? How was your day? Not when you performing again.
Facts.
When the next time you driving.
Facts. Because then when you feel like that, it's more of like, damn, I'm just a robot to it. It's all you know me as.
Exactly.
And it's like, you don't care about nothing else. But you also, when you get into your spells of feeling down and things of that nature, you tend to forget, like, just put it out.
Exactly. Just put it out.
Because if you don't, you're gonna keep critiquing, keep saying fix this and fix that.
It's just the perfectionism.
And
just do it.
Then when you do it, and then it drops, now it's like you dropped it, and now you second guessing why you dropped it. Just leave it, because a lot of those imperfections in the music, that's what makes it fire. When people fall in love with it, because it's been a couple songs. Now that they can go back and fix it quick. I've heard songs and I'd be like, what? I think it was, whose song? I think it was it Kendrick's Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper, where I think like Kodak verse it sounded off. No, I think it was that one, but the latest one was the joint with Lil Wayne and Jello.
Okay, yeah.
And I heard Wayne's voice and I heard his verse and I'm like, something sound off. And I think they fixed it like the next day, because I'm like, this don't sound like the same verse I heard. Like, it sounded like offbeat and everything.
Oh,
and
man.
Like, no, this Wayne, come on, dog.
Yeah, people make mistakes sometimes real bad, you know?
But that imperfection, I still remembered it. And I was just like, all right, song sounds good. I rock. Other than the music, you got kids, right?
Yes.
How many kids?
3.
Boy, girl?
I have 1 son and I have 2 daughters.
Who the oldest?
My daughter.
Son the youngest?
He's in the middle.
In the middle? How is he?
He's 8.
No, how is he?
He's great. He's
because you know the number 2s is something else.
Yeah, you know, so I would say like last year, when he was up here with me, because now he lives with his dad.
Yeah.
He was having a very difficult time in school. And I swear, it's so funny to me now. It wasn't funny then.
Yeah.
But him and his teacher had beef because he said that his teacher be acting like his mom and she not his mom.
Yeah.
I understand it wholeheartedly, but he didn't feel like that he was being, I guess, like paid the attention that he would like. If he needed help,
right,
she would just always like, figure it out. And it's like, okay, a part of me get it, but he's kind of used to like the coddle,
right,
that he get from me.
Right.
So Yeah, but it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like he was taking his paperwork and ripping it up, stomping on it. Like he did not get along with this woman.
Right.
So me and his dad decided, okay, maybe it's time for him to go with you. And you just have your time with him and see like if it turns around. And it has.
He's doing good.
He's doing great.
What, is he still in the state or?
Yeah, no, he's still in the state. He's in Virginia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he not too far.
No, he ain't too far.
He love it over there?
He like it. I don't know if he love it.
Yeah.
He likes it though.
How the girls?
My oldest is doing a lot better. Her transition into high school, it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But I get it, So I'm glad that she's just in a space now where she's doing better and her friends ain't affecting her mental. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be like
That'd
she's
be the
16,
thing.
so
right. Mine just turned 13 last week.
Yeah.
And I be trying to tell her, like, why you be letting people get in your head?
It's such a scary age for girls because they go through that, and it's like, I understand because I went through it too.
Yeah.
But now being on the other side.
I be trying to know. I be wanting to know though. Like it's not me like just like asking a question. I just be like, why? Like, why is that?
I mean, sometimes, girls, they seek validation. And it's like whether you have like male figures in your life or not, I don't think that men understand like the magnitude of influence that women just have in general, even over other women.
Yeah.
So
I think that's why a lot of women be beefing with each other for
a lot of the
reason.
times. Like it'd be for nothing.
It'd be for nothing.
It'd be for nothing, okay?
Yeah. I'd be like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, what? My thing is like, look, if it don't harm me, if it don't bother what I got going on,
yeah,
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, like they be worrying about it. They just be having too much time.
Quick.
Yeah, they be having too much time.
Be like, oh, she said something about my nails. She said something about this. And I be looking at Lena and I be like,
it's like parts of me get it because I'm a woman. But it's like this. It's okay to feel a type of way because we all got feelings. But it's not always okay to react on those feelings. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything don't need a response.
Yeah, see, my Tootie, she the second. So I'm a second child, so it's like I know she reacts.
Yeah,
and I be trying to tell her, I'm like, yo, be proactive, not reactive. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, and my oldest is she's very proactive. She's gonna try to diffuse situations before she pop off.
Yeah,
and I was, you should have swung. You know what I mean? For real, like she had an incident last week, man. I'm like. If that was your mama and Tootie, they would have swung.
My oldest definitely gonna swing. She gonna swing, like.
Yeah. And I think it's like me. I just like, I just pray that she just understand like how life. I be trying to give her the game, man. I really do, and I just hope she just understands it. Cause she get it from both of us. Literally, we live right up the street from each other. We ain't
so
far.
dope. That's
literally,
so dope.
5 minutes, within 5 minutes.
I mean,
so like,
I know that it will. Like my aunt told me something a long time ago and was like, when it comes to your kids, even if it seems like they're not listening, tell them the same things over and over again because you never know when that thing is gonna click one day. Or I remember when my dad has said, and it's gonna make sense. Like sometimes life's just gotta happen for stuff that people say to make sense.
Yeah, and that's a super super Snapple fact. Literally, I be saying this all the time. Like, yes,
right?
Yep, he said that too. Yep,
and you weren't trying to hear it then, but it makes sense now.
Yeah, everything like my grandma, my aunts, uncles, everybody. I'd be like, right.
Yeah.
I be saying it to my daughters now, and they be like, what does that mean? I'm like, you don't believe fat meat greasy, do you? And they just bust out laughing like, you just be saying stuff. I'm like, no, you will see.
Yeah.
You will see. Are any of them in the music?
So, I'm going to say my youngest likes to sing. She's always singing around the house, singing and dancing and rehearsing. Her dad is actually an instrumentalist and a producer. He plays piano and he plays the flute.
Yeah.
Saxophone.
Flute hard.
Yeah.
You gotta have some breath for that. I don't know how to do it.
So it wouldn't surprise me if that's like the lane that she takes because she already sings and stuff. So I'm thinking about putting her into something to see like my oldest, like she danced for a while. Like she did like step dance and everything. But it got to a point for her where I guess it was like, she kind of lost the passion for it.
Yeah.
So
she gonna gain it back when she get to college.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Let's see, because listen, she was traveling, she was doing the things with it. Now my son, he's like more into games and gaming, which is cool because it's like it's so many lanes for that. You know, like you can do sound design. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's why I'm trying to get the full sale because I'm trying to get into the gaming, man. Listen, Grand Theft Auto 6 come out soon, and I'm like, man, how can I get on this game?
Exactly.
I just want some instrumentalist type. You know what I mean?
Yo, you can get it. I'm telling you.
I just want to figure it out because I got a bunch of like songs. It's like, man, I just want to make the beat for something on a game.
Yeah, no, that'd be so dope.
I think that's the dopest part. And parents used to say that all the time. You ain't gonna make no money off this.
The lies that was told. Okay? Because it's real money in that.
It's more money than that than an artist. Then as an artist, you get way more money with movies and gaming.
All of that, scoring and everything. Yeah. That's why. So it's like to have the education is great because I don't have no problem with switching.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? At any given time.
That's why I said, man, I'd rather do sync licensing than to work with artists. You ain't got to worry about nothing hassling you. Nobody like, hey man, I can't.
True.
Hey, this what you looking for? Oh, you looking for this type of beat at this tempo? Oh, you want this type of mood? Okay, let me go ahead and make this.
Listen, that's when all I need is that one song sync, and then I can be like, what's his name? I can be like Mark Morrison. Yo, boy, what? Man, listen, that one song, just my whole life has changed now.
That's what I'm saying. So like even that, we need to figure out like what new like show is coming out. Because what I've learned is if you go on IMDb and find out the music supervisor for each like TV show, you can. And then sometimes it tells you the upcoming shows that they about to work on. It tells you their previous shows and what they're working on now, but it sometimes tell you their upcoming shows. And then we can like email them and talk to them and say, hey, this is me. This is some of the music I work on, and I think it fits your catalog of
that's actually something I could put on my list of things to be researching for sure.
Music supervisors, because I'm like, how can I get synced? Because granted, you got the taxis and the different websites that you can submit to, but if you can directly go straight to the source and they actually respond, I think that's the move for me for 2025. I'm hitting up these music supervisors.
That's really smart.
Because I really want to work with movies, score a movie, TV show, video game, whatever. Because those people can steer you in another direction too.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
What I mean? If you build in relationships, I always say relationships worth more than money. Because you never know. The people that you meet can always grant you an end somewhere else if it's not the place where they at.
Absolutely.
If you building relationships, building rapport. So yeah, I think that's the move for me. What about you? What you got?
So, I'm going to release a single first before, I release the project. And I'm hoping that it's going to be this month. I feel like I'm cutting it kind of close, just giving time. But the first single from the project is going to be High.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to say tentatively it may drop like the end of this month.
Yeah.
And then the project is coming. So I have 3 singles that will be released from this project with videos, which I'm excited about. I shoot the last video for the 3 singles in the next, few weeks. Okay. So that's dope. I just shot a video on Tuesday. Yeah. That one gonna be crazy.
When is the tentative album?
So the tentative album release, I am going to go with June. Tentatively June.
Right for the summer.
Yeah, right for the summer. If all of the stuff like is I guess like done in time, because like now all the songs have to go into mastering.
Right.
Which I don't believe is going to take a crazy amount of time. And I already been on top of copywriting and all of that. Yeah. So maybe May. May was like the first tentative. But I'm going to say June just to be safe and I have everything. But I am thinking about dropping a project on Even Biz before I introduce it to DSPs. That's something that I kind of want to like explore with. Yeah, I want to explore with that. So
now that you brought that up, I'm glad you brought that up because I definitely said I was tell you I want to link you with my homegirl Troya. She's in North Carolina, and that's Swim. I linked Swim and her together, but she used to work with Shada from Baltimore.
Okay.
So they in North Carolina. Troya went out to work out with she went to do to the Pergola with La Russell.
Okay.
And they didn't build a relationship. And she was on Good Company's site with the rapping. You know how they do the rapping.
Yeah.
And she's still going. They still dropping music, and they doing like pay to play. Or, you know what I mean? Pay what you want.
Yeah.
Pay what you want. And even I learned that from him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need to sign up, but I'm like, I'm not an artist. How would I? You know
I think it's still a way you could freak it.
Yeah,
I learned about even through Raheem. So Raheem, I saw him like talking about it, using it. He's like a really dope person. And I was like, let me see what this is about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna explore with that.
Yeah, even definitely. Even is the most. I think you can do the percentage thing on there too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I gotta look more into it because I did sign up.
Yeah, I signed up too.
Yeah, but I didn't release nothing yet because I'm like, yo, I gotta be legit because if I want people to actually buy my stuff and then have access to unreleased stuff, like, I gotta get my portfolio up with the videography and all that. So investing in the camera, but it's everything I need.
It definitely
it does everything.
It's worth the money that it's
you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, it's worth the money. It's definitely worth the money. But yeah. Well, before we get out of here, I always do gym class, not hooping type gym, but GEM. What's something you can give to the community out there, like a gym to keep in a toolbox?
A gym to keep in your toolbox. Yo. For me, I live with the idea that we souls having a human experience, right? And self-preservation is really the key to success. You can't tell me like it's not all the fame and the money and all of the stuff you acquire, like all of that's great, but you're gonna die someday. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you want to live a full life. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go, I did everything that I said that I would do in my lifetime. So self-preservation is the key to success. I feel like you have to take moments. You got to allow yourself to feel all your feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stay grounded. And please pray to your God. Please pray to your God.
Self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that. You have to find your purpose. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when you don't find your purpose, kind of fall off.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have anybody to hold you accountable, and if you don't hold yourself accountable.
That part.
Saying that's the most important part. But yeah, self-preservation, finding a purpose.
And I want to add this note too, because like I like healing is like a theme. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, when I'm in my healing, whatever era. What I want everyone to understand about healing and what it means to heal is like you have to apply that healing, you know what I'm saying, after coming out of your solitude.
Right.
Your solitude, just being in solitude doesn't mean that you're healed.
Right.
You have to still allow yourself to experience life and apply, you know what I'm saying, the areas that you feel like you healed in to see if you really did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't just say, "Oh yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, I went off for like a whole year and I ain't talked to nobody, so I'm great. That's not true.
Nah, because if you see that person again, it might just go back to like
what?
Like crash.
I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of crashes going on around the days.
Yo, crashing out is for real. That's what I'm saying. Self-preservation is the key to success because we don't need no more crash outs in 2025.
It's been too many. Been
way too many.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for coming. Always. We definitely gotta get some more music in.
You know.
For sure. And like that, we gone.
Peace.